Ranking and reviewing every Academy Award winner for Best Picture, Part 69. It's Jonathan Demme's The Silence of the Lambs, the winner of 1991, one of the rare horror films to get Academy recognition. The Silence of the Lambs is one of the most successful films in the history of the Academy Awards. It's one of the rare films to win Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, in this case adapted, as well as Best Lead Actor and Best Lead Actress for Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. Yes, I think Hopkins would fit better in the supporting actor category, but I mean, all of those awards are otherwise very, very deserving. Hopkins is incredible as Hannibal Lecter, one of the most iconic movie characters ever. Jodie Foster is just as good, if not better, as Clarice, the FBI trainee that's forced to interact with him in order to gain knowledge to take down a notorious serial killer. There has been a lot of debate over the years over is this a horror movie or is this a thriller? It almost seems like once a horror film gets a certain amount of critical recognition, it starts being recategorized and recontextualized as a thriller. I remember coming across something a long time ago that tried to distinguish between the two, and I think as a general rule of thumb, this is pretty good. It's that horror films focus on the victims and thrillers focus on the investigators, the people trying to prevent more victims from appearing. And Silence of the Lambs definitely leans more towards the investigators, but there is a lot of Catherine Martin as she's being held hostage by James Gunn, Buffalo Bill. And that's some of the most effective stuff of the movie, but I mean, that's just about everything in this movie works. It is fantastic every step of the way. I would say the biggest strength this movie has is that interplay between Clarice and Dr. Lecter. They only share a few scenes together and they are outstanding. Some of the best writing, some of the best acting you will ever see. Demme shoots the conversations with Lecter in a very, very interesting and unsettling way. It's a very cleverly made movie. It's a very intelligently written movie. And obviously the actors are fantastic. And this has some of the most suspenseful and shocking scenes you will ever see in a movie. Lecter's escape is phenomenal. I remember hearing about that long before I ever saw the movie, and I could visualize it in my head, and it still wasn't as amazing, as well done as it actually is in the movie. And then everything in the end is terrifying in that climactic sequence in Buffalo Bill's basement. It's so good. Silence of the Lambs is a real winner. I think this movie flirts with a little bit too much of the kind of relationship between Lecter and Starling. I think the movie gets away with it, though. I think if it were any more than that close-up when their fingers touch, then it gets over the top and it gets kind of stupid. And that's, as far as I understand, what some of the sequels managed to do. But as it's done here, the balance is perfect. And this is one of the best picture winners ever made. So that, of course, means we have a new ranking, 69 films in. And the next movie that I'm going to feature, not that I've been going in order, but listen, the Oscars just happened. I'm going to feature the most recent winner, One Battle After Another, next. That will be movie number 70. I need to rewatch that one. I watched it a few months ago, and I don't know, I was talking throughout most of it, so I actually need to give it a genuine, attentive watch, and we'll see where that ends up ranking. But for now, Silence of the Lambs ranked quite high.